Hey, what is up guys? So I'm here to share this awesome game with you guys. It's called Guild Wars 2. And it's a lot different than Yu-Gi-Oh! And Call of Duty, which I know a lot of you guys are familiar with that come to my channel for. But anyways, yeah, this is a really cool game. And you can visit the description box below if you want to start your download right now. This game is going to be, like I said, much different than Call of Duty or Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's got a lot of awesome mechanics that a lot of games don't offer, and it's free, and the graphics are great, and I really like the amount of variety that this game offers. If you like just doing platforming, if you like PvE, you like some story modes, you like the idea of like a Mass Effect or Dragon Age where you get to select options that affect the outcome of the game, that's going to be there for you if you want to do single player. And the PvP is really great. And this is the best part about this. You can make a level 80 character, which is max level, and join PvP and have pretty much everything that you'll need to actually play competitively immediately. And I think that's really awesome. You don't have to grind 20,000 hours for it. But anyways, I figured we're going to go ahead and make a character, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the brief, rundown of the game and the basics of the game, so you guys can go ahead and get started. Now, first off, I do want to mention that when you first log into the game, it's going to look like this. It's going to have a world select. So, if you want to join the server that I'm on, we are on Sorrow's Furnace. Now, if we do PvP, don't worry about this. I don't PvE that much. The expansion pack is coming out later this month, and that's why I'm really playing this game a lot more. Some of you guys have seen it in the live stream wondering, what is this game? So, anyways, the expansion pack's coming out. That's why I've been playing a bunch more. I'm just kind of brushing up my skills on it. I used to play Guild Wars 1 super competitively. We did Iway, we did Blood Spike. There was so many different builds. There was Ritual Spike. We did so much other things. And Guild Wars 2 is going to be bringing an expansion pack that's going to add so much more into the game. And like I said, right now you can get the base of the game for free. So visit the description box for that link. Just start downloading it now because it's going to take a while. And you can watch this video while it's downloading. This way you can kind of see what the game looks like and all that stuff. Oh, if you're wondering what the heck the game looks like, I'll give you guys some, like, well, I mean, we're going to be jumping into the game, but I want to show you guys, like, the later content that the game will be offering. So, there is, like, big dragons that you can fight. So if you're a fan of, like, big 40, 50 man, like, just dominating some boss, I'm going to go ahead and share some gameplay with you guys, and we'll talk about the other things that this game has to offer. And I'll basically give you guys like a basic tutorial so you guys can kind of check out. And this is all actual gameplay. You'll see once we get into the actual game what the game looks like. But like there's this giant dragon that you can fight. There's multiple different huge bosses, and like that's all actual gameplay. And I think that is just so awesome. And you'll see like there's giant waves, and like you're going to have to dodge stuff, and you're going to have like a huge army. It just looks so cool. And then it says, well, this little like trailer says buy now. Don't worry, I'll hook you guys up with the game for free. And like I said, there's a new class that's coming out, or a profession in the expansion pack, which is the Revenant. You'll see it right there. That's the Revenant. They're really cool. I can't wait to actually play with that a little bit more. I did have access to the beta, and I actually played it during that time. It's really, really strong right now. But there's so many different modes in the game. If you just want a PvP, this can be a game for you. If you just want to have a good PvE game, October 23rd, by the way, is the release date for the game. I just figured I'd show you the other classes coming out real quick. And another thing that I think that I usually wonder in a game, when I first want to jump into it, I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll check it out. But like, I want to know like if there's a competitive scene for it. And yes, there is a competitive scene for the game. You can see this is the World Tournament over here. And like, this is what the gameplay looks like. Well, this is where like the gameplay, when you play, it's not gonna look like this. This is the area where you're actually kind of spectating essentially in the game. So the game is gonna look a little different while you're playing. I know it looks really hectic, but you'll understand the basic gameplay mechanics. I just want to show you guys that the game does have a competitive scene. There's an awesome website for builds, which I will show you guys later on. But I know you guys just might want to see what the heck is this game about. So first off, when you guys go ahead and visit the description box and download the game, the first thing you're going to do once you log in after you create an account is you're going to have this world selection option. The world that you want to select, if you want to play with me for PvE. Now, I primarily just play PvP. And, oh, the amazing thing about this game is you don't have to spend, like, 300 hours or, like, 80 hours of trying to level up your character to get into the PvP area. You can make a character, and it'll actually scale you to the max level in the game. You will have to do, like, the basic tutorial, though, before you get into the PvP. You have to get level 3. It's really easy to get. You can get it really, really fast in the game. But you're going to have to do that before you get into PvP. But, yeah, like I said, you won't have to spend hours and hours grinding for gear or anything like that. You'll hop in, you'll have the same gear, as pretty much everyone else. There are some specializations that you'll have later on, but for the most part, you'll have everything ready to go. You won't get some of the more, I want to say, like obscure runes, so to speak, in League of Legends, but it's much easier to unlock in this game than, I know League of Legends, like, it takes forever to unlock all of the classes and all that stuff. In this game, you'll have access to all the class, well, except for the Revenant, but that's because, like, the Revenant isn't even out yet. You see if I hit create, and we go to the professions over here. The Revenant is unlocked in Heart of Thorns, which isn't out till October 23rd. But anyways, when you first log into the game, it's going to ask you for this world selection. Like I said, Sorrow's Furnace is the one that I play on for PvE. If you want to play with me for PvP, it doesn't matter which one you select, but I figured you might as well select this one. You can technically transfer later on, but it's just going to save you some time just to go ahead and select the server right now, especially if it becomes like higher, because there are some servers that are actually full for it. You can technically guess for them and all that other good stuff, but just to make it easier, if you want to play with me, I have a guild for you guys to join. We can talk about whatever during that. We can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Call of Duty on it, and there also will be other newer players so you can party with people if you guys want a PvE. I will be playing PvE once the new class comes out to see what other new content that this game offers, but Guild Wars 1 was a really fun game. I had a blast playing Guild Wars 1. Guild Wars 1 got really good right after the first expansion pack. I'm hoping that this game is going to get even better once the new expansion pack comes out. But, like, as far as Guild Wars 1 goes, I knew that game pretty well. I played Ioway for a super long time. I played Euroway, I played Rit Spike, I played Blood Spike. I played the game quite extensively. But as far as Guild Wars 2 goes, I haven't played the game super extensively in every class, but I can tell you the basics of some of the classes that I play. So, like I said, as soon as you log into the game, once you download it, select Sorrow's Furnace if you want to play with me on PvE. For PvP, don't worry about it. Like, you see, like, I have some contacts on other servers. That just means I have friends lists on them. But, anyways, yeah, so let's go ahead and create a character, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, like, the brief little tutorial, and then I'll show you guys how to get into PvP and the basics of it. And there's a lot more mechanics that are going to be a little bit different. I got a little, like, notepad over here so I can mention everything. So, first off, yeah, let's go ahead and create a class together, and, at the very beginning, you're going to select your race. Now, there are racials in the game for PvE. For PvP, don't worry about it. It's not going to matter. And I like that because I actually like the human's armor the best, although I like the Norn story the best. Every race that you select is going to start out in a different zone. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys all of the different races first. So, there's the Char. These guys are like beast warriors, so if you're interested in like gladiator beasts, hey, these guys are for you. Size does matter in this game. The smaller you are, technically, it's more oriented around PvP. Like PvE, it's not going to make too much of a difference. It will, but it's so small that I don't think it really matters. The smaller you are, technically, you can hide behind things better. So like if you're going to be playing something that's going to go in and get kill and then run out, you probably want to play something that's a little smaller. Like you don't have to play it like an Asura, which is the smallest class thing. It's like a Yordle. Then we have the humans. Oh, I want to mention this. This is really cool. First off, there's no healing. There's no like, well, there is healing in the game, but there's not a class that's a dedicated healer. That's one thing I didn't like with Guild Wars 1, was like, a party 7 out of 8 looking for healer, 7 out of 8 looking for healer, or like 6 out of 7 looking for healer. This game makes so every class has a heal built into their kit, which I think is awesome. And no race is locked to specific classes. So that's the humans. Then I'm gonna show you guys the Norn. The Norns are like Vikings. They're giants. They're pretty cool. Like I said, you can select any profession or essential class that you want for any race. Again, you can't select the Revenant because it's not available yet, but soon. And then there's Sura. They're like little, they're like kind of like Yordles in League of Legends. They're just very tiny. But yeah, like I said, nothing is locked to any class. And then we have the Sylvari. Now, I do want to mention that certain armors can only be worn on certain professions. Like Warrior and Guardian, they wear heavy. Ranger and Thief and Engineer, they all wear medium. And then Necromancer, Elementalist, and Mesmer, they all run light. Also, each race has different armor sets. They're going to give you the same stats, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just cosmetically. The Sylvari, most of their armor looks like kind of like wood and plant and like nature, essentially. I mean, if you pick the Warrior, you'll see that like some of them have like thorns and stuff. It's pretty cool. But for the most part, my favorite personally is I like heavy armor. But yeah, like I said, every race can be whatever class you want. I'm going to go ahead and create a class, our new character right now. So I'm going to briefly describe which, like what each class does. There's a lot more in depth that we can go into, but that could be for like separate videos. And if you guys just want to see like PvP, I'll link a video down below in the description box, and you guys can watch me play Thief. Thief is actually my favorite. So yeah, like I said, right now I'm going to briefly describe each profession. So Warrior, how it works is you just rush in and you're just going to go ahead and swing your sword or axe or whatever you want to use as a weapon. This is like a stay in combat type of role. It's because you're also wearing heavy armor. Guardian, you are going to be basically, this is the most support role that you can go in the game, but technically you can argue that anything can technically be support, because if you're supporting your teammates by giving them a boost in damage, that's technically supporting them, right? But Guardian will technically give the best support. Like, you're going to be teleporting to your allies and healing them if you want to go for that build. You can build your character any way that you want. Every class, like Warrior, isn't locked to just wielding swords. You can wield a rifle, you can use axes. Each different profession in this game can wield different weapons. You can weapon swap. There's a lot of other things that we'll talk about, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys with too much information. But Warrior basically goes in, goes ham. Guardian, they are getting another profession later on with the expansion pack, which is actually called the Dragon Slayer. So they're going to be wielding a bow. They can set up traps. And basically anyone that goes in on you, like thieves can't really go in on Guardians already, but the Dragon Slayer, if you go in on the Dragon Slayer, you will absolutely melt, because they're going to set up traps, and they're like a stationary turret kind of class once the Dragon Slayer is released. Right now, they do not have access to the traps, but that'll be later on. Because in the expansion pack, every class is going to get like essentially like another class built in. You won't have to unlock it or anything. You just go to it, and then you'll just have access to it if you're playing PvP. If you're playing PvE, I'm not sure about that at the moment. But Ranger is oriented around having a pet. Now, each different class will have like their own special like mechanic to it. So Warrior builds Fury. Like, everyone has cooldowns in the game. There's no mana in the game either. Everything just works off of cooldowns. Warrior will build this stuff called Rage, and then you can unleash like a powerful attack. Guardians have the ability to basically, you get a passive every, it procs every certain amount of time. There's a passive for extra damage, there's passive for blocking attacks, so it's basically just like free extra buffs that you just get periodically over time. You can activate them to do different stuff. Ranger gets a pet, and the pet, you can actually build your character on just orienting around making the pet do as much DPS as possible, and you're sitting there buffing your pet. But for the most part, Ranger isn't seen too much in the meta. Pretty much every class sees some play in competitive, with the exception, I would say, of Ranger. Necromancer still does see some play, but primarily, as of right now, the Elementalist, the Thief, Engineer, Guardian, and Warrior, they see like predominantly the most play. A really great site that I want to show off real quick, and I'll link this in the description box below, is called Meta Battle. So if you want to learn more, perhaps, about a class, you can see what is in the meta right now. So in the meta, they put meta squared here because this thing is just so meta. The Elementalist that is running Dagger, it'll explain everything for you guys. And what's really cool is like you'll have everything unlocked really soon. You don't have to like spend hours and hours. It's like 10 minutes and you'll have pretty much everything that you'll need to go ahead and start. It'll tell you exactly what you need for your equipment. It's going to explain everything. It's going to be a great site to use. I'll try to go in depth on other classes later in other videos, but like I said, I don't want to overwhelm you guys too much. So if you want to play a certain profession, you want to read into it, go ahead and feel free to do so. Thief is oriented around healing. Well, it's basically bringing back your allies that are in a down state, which we'll talk about later on. But primarily, they go in, deal a bunch of damage, teleport out. That's my favorite. If you like Zed, this is definitely the profession for you. This is my favorite profession. They have the highest mobility. They do technically have lower health, and the mistakes you make on Thief are more punished. Well, if you get punished as a thief, you usually just end up dying, because they're like I would say a more higher skill cap, higher reward kind of class, because like I said, they're going to be a more burst oriented target. You can burst as any class, but that's how they are essentially played right now in the game, because you can actually freeze someone and then you're just going to go ham and you're going to basically 2v1 something, and then you can teleport out and you're going to go help someone out. Engineer, they can swap in between using like, they can be a grenadier, they can use a flamethrower, they can set up turrets that are stationary, so you can basically hold down points relatively well. I know meta is a little bit different, but I'm just trying to give you the class like an easy little introduction. Necromancer, if you guys like pet builds, or like you like to summon an army of dead that actually moves, because the engineers, the turrets are stationary, you can summon net turrets, you can summon healing turrets. The Necromancer is, in my opinion, if you like pets, this is going to be the build for you. Like Ranger, yeah, you get one pet, but you can't build an army as well as you can tactically kind of build like an army with the Ranger with the spirits. But for the most part, the Necromancer is the class that you want to go to if you want to summon the undead and have an army to terrorize your foes. And that build is more oriented around PvE, but in PvP, they actually have like another layer of health. That's basically how they're oriented. They swap and they rotate in between layers of health, and they can sustain. Technically, that is punishable because if you interrupt them while they're channeling it, therefore it's going to cause a lot of problems for them. But that's what the Thief is good for. And then we have the Elementalist. This is your Wizard, your Sorceress in a game. This is a class that if you want to, you know, sit far back. Well, you can technically go in because you can wield like a fiery greatsword. But any class can kind of play different. Like normally you would expect like the Ranger to be something that shoots a bow and arrow from far away, right? But they actually can go up with a huge giant sword like a warrior would, and you can actually beat your opponent down with it. So you can play the way you want to play on the class you want to play, and I think that's something that's really unique. Now the Mesmer is oriented around summoning these clones and confusing your opponent to which one is the real you. Now, originally when I first started this game, when I played PvP, these guys were a nightmare to run into, but after you learn which one is the real one, there's ways to tell, and it really shows you different like skill caps in the game, and there's also like weapon animation cancel with the Mesmer, but again, we'll talk about those like more advanced mechanics later on in the game. And this game does offer pretty good PvE experience, so if you're just interested in playing like basically by yourself in a story, this game could definitely be for you too. You don't have to play PvP, but that's like the brief little overview of the game. But anyways, there are racials like I mentioned before, but they won't really matter too much at all. So like I said, I'm gonna create a Norn because I like their little like I like the starting zone from the Norn the best. So let's go ahead and. I wish we were streaming this so I can ask you guys, what do you guys want me to play? Let's go ahead and go with the Mesmer, because I think they're a pretty unique class. So, like I said, height can matter. Norns are already really tall, so let's make a giant. So you'll see, we can go ahead and hide the armor so you can see like the different muscle tones if you want to edit character. This character creation is pretty good for an MMO. And if you want, you can add tattoos to your character. I personally, I don't really like facial tattoos. But anyways, yeah, you can customize your character the way you want to customize it. And, oh, actually, hold on. Let's not be buff. Let's go with, oh, it's like really like toned. Let's go with that one. Anyways, as far as head options, this is my favorite face. Then actually, where's hair options? That this actually matters, but like I just want to show you guys that there's, you know, all these options for different hairstyles, and you can change your hair color and the hair accessory color. You can definitely get helmets later on if you really don't like the hairstyle, but you can adjust the eyes, like the brow thickness, all that little like in-depth stuff that you know, it won't really matter as far as gameplay goes. But you can change the color of your armor right now. Don't worry about this; it's not going to matter because. Later on, you'll be getting new armor relatively quick. Let's go with a festive theme. Let's go with green and red. The holiday season. Oh, let's fix this. Like I said, this won't like matter for gameplay, but I figure we'll just do it just for funsies. And then the stuff that you pick right here will kind of affect your storyline. So go ahead and read it if you would like to. And then trouble may follow me, but I use my charm, dignity, ferocity to overcome it. Let's go with ferocity because Norns are all about like getting drunk and stuff and having like brawls. So my most important quality is that I have the most important quality is that I have the necessary strength to defeat ancient foes, cunning to protect the spirits, or intuition to guard the mist. Let's go with strength to defeat foes. At a recent celebratory moot held in Holbrecht, I blacked out, got in a fight, or lost in a higher limb. Let's go ahead and got in a fight. And then there's different gods that you can kind of follow, or ancient spirits. Let's go and go with Wolf. I like Wolf. So we're going to sign the story. This is basically your name. So let's just go ahead and create this. And we'll go ahead and I'll show you guys the stylized art style of this game. I actually really like the graphics in this game. And I also like the story that they like the way they show off like the story in this game. Like I said, each race is going to be completely different, so you can play the story multiple times. And like I said, the game is free, so like, you know, we're in this transition period. I'm waiting for Call of Duty. I'm waiting for like Legacy of the Void. There's so many games I'm waiting for, and like this game's coming out too, and like I got a lot of time to kill before like the expansion pack comes out, which is on October 23rd of this month. But just as a heads up, I do work with them, so like if you guys have any concerns, I can directly talk with them. It's really cool that they're just like, yo, we want like these other YouTubers to show off the game and talk about the game, and like you guys get to download the game for free. It's like a win-win. And I also do get gems, which is basically a way where I can change like the appearance of certain armors and stuff. And I also will be getting codes to give out you guys, so it's like we both win. There's no like cost for it. It's awesome. I think what Guild Wars is doing is just it's amazing what they're doing. And like I said, the expansion pack's coming out. That's gonna have a new class, so a lot of people are gonna get back into the game. And the game is heavily populated, so you can see how many servers the game has. I know, like, there is Arcade, which recently had, like, merged servers. Sometimes games, they just lose popularity. But this game is doing relatively well, and they're definitely showing it off by, you know, letting all these other people promote. But, anyways, like I said, there's, like, a story mode to the game, and you'll actually be in the story at a lot of different moments in the game. But I'm going to go ahead and skip the cutscene. If you guys want to watch it, feel free to go ahead and, you know, when you create your character, go ahead and check out the cutscene. There's a lot of cool stuff to be shown off. But like I said, we're going to go through a tutorial. I'll show you guys how to get into PvP, because I primarily just like PvP in the game because I've already done PvE. So look how giant we are compared to some of the other like people in this game. Like, we are absolutely giant. Oh, also, I'm going to take off my mask. So one thing that I like with this game is that you can hide your mask, and so like, you know, you won't have to wear like an ugly mask. Because sometimes you make a really hot character and like you want to be able to, you know, see your character. But anyways, like, the quests in this game are a little bit different than a lot of other MMOs. Everything's like voice acted too, pretty much. And then, so the North story is like, we gotta get a trophy here. We're gonna hunt a giant enemy over here, and we're gonna go ahead and get that trophy. And like, you'll see that there's people running around. This is like the starter zone. Sometimes you go into MMO. This is 3 years after the launch of the game. And sometimes, you know, you jump into a game, you know, a year after it's launched, and there's no one in the starter zone, because there's no one, like, replaying the game. There's not new players that are joining the game. Also, one thing that I think is so awesome that this game does is that you don't have to party up with people. Everyone shares quests together, and it's just so awesome that they do it. So, one of the things that we do, we can fight this vicious dire boar. Now, our character is really big. Normally, this thing looks much bigger because, yeah, our character will be smaller, but we can go ahead and fight the boar over here. And you will also notice that when I swing, it's going to hit everything that is in the path of my sword. So we're going to go ahead and we'll kill the giant boar. And we got a gold for that because we participated and we basically soloed it. The more that you participate, the higher participation points essentially that you'll earn in the game. So the more that you actually do, you'll be rewarded with that. So like I said, since everyone shares quests, like, I could go ahead, like, let's say that this was a boss, right? I could smack it once, walk away, and I would still get that complete quest, but I'll get, like, a bronze, because I didn't really do very much work. I'm gonna kill this so we're out of combat. You actually do move faster out of combat in this game. So, you actually, if you're fighting, if something, like, aggro's onto you, sometimes it's faster just to kill it. But yeah, you can see, like, the town feels live. I really like this, this area. So anyways, we gotta go ahead and talk to this guy. It'll show you on your mini-map where you gotta go, so you see where that giant star is. It's pretty friendly. Like I said, I'm not much of a PvE-er kind of guy, but I've already finished PvE. I've already got a max level character. So show me your kills, and then he's gonna say, let's go ahead and we're gonna go on the Great Hunt. So right now we're gonna go ahead and fight like something even bigger. And you can go ahead and, like, you can talk to the people, you can talk to the merchants, all that other stuff that is, I would say, available in other MMOs is here. But the one thing that I like with this game is that, like I said, when there's a quest, you just go do it. It's not like, oh, you have to go accept the quest. The first, like, very beginning, yeah, you'll have to talk to the people. But the later quests, you literally just go do it, and you don't have to, like, accept the quest. It's just there. If there's a giant, you know, bear that's just going crazy, destroying stuff, you just go in there and you kill it, and then you'll get the completion for it. You don't have to, like, oh, next quest is here, next quest is here. You have this giant world to explore. Right now we're locked to this because this is like the first, like, little thing. They want to make sure people don't get too lost in the game. So right now we got to go ahead and defeat some ice worms, and then there's gonna be a giant thing that comes out. You'll see it. That was actually a really cool thing. That was actually from Guild Wars. Well, we didn't have the ice one in Guild Wars 1, but can see it's, oh man, ice on the screen is Metroid. I remember when Metroid did that with like the Steam, and I thought it was really cool. Like we're talking about Metroid Prime, it's a completely different game, but yeah. So right now we just have one attack. You'll learn new abilities later on, but once we get to PvP, which we unlock at level 3, you'll have everything. So don't even worry about that stuff at all. So right now we're just gonna go ahead and attack. You can see there's other players right here. We're all fighting it. We've got a Guardian over here. We've got a Warrior, and is someone a Ranger? I think this person just has a pet. That's an NPC in the game, so we killed the giant ice worm. Again, it's really simple right now. It's going to get more complex later. I mean, you guys might see this back. Wow, that was freaking easy. All right, it's the beginner zone. They don't want to make things too hard. Now, if you're interested in platformers, like I guess like Crash Bandicoot, this game actually has a lot of platforming, which is kind of strange, but it's there. It's kind of fun too. Especially when you work so hard and you fall off and you rage at it. So anyways, we'll skip some of the cutscenes because it's not really like something I want to share with you guys right now, because you guys will be able to check it out. So now we just unlocked a new skill. We're level 2, and you'll see what rewards we get for being level 2, and then we'll accept those things, and then later we'll level up and we'll get all these things. Well, one thing that you'll want to do when you first start out in the game, if you want to play PvE, if you just want to go PvP, you can just go ahead and skip. Now, you can teleport in the game. You'll have to have been to that area first, but like, look how big this game is. This is a little starter zone. This game is huge. Another thing that I really like is each area has a starting zone too. So if like you wanted to just make a norm, but you like the path of like the Asura or like the other races, you can go ahead and do their quests. You'll see this says level, it says 25 to 35, so that's about what level you want to be in this area. So it tells you where you should be at what level. And again, if you like the humans area, go 1 through 15 in humans. You don't have to do it in the Norn area. But we're going to go ahead and talk to the scout, because the scout will actually reveal some areas on the map. It's more oriented around PvE. So after you just talk to him, he's basically going to reveal some of the map for you. And then you can see over here, there's quests over here. I don't have to talk to someone to accept it. I just go ahead and do it. And the quests in this game vary. Some of them are riddles. Some of them you gotta like do something special by going up to an object, hitting F, and then going up to another object. Like, there's a lot of really strange quests in this game. One of them is you put frogs in a juicer and you like use them to make bombs or something, and you throw them at poachers. There's a lot of different unique quests in this game. There's also areas where you have to, they're called vistas, and you basically play a platformer and you jump on these objects and you go around. It sucks when you fall, I'll admit, but it is your fault technically when you fall. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and place the egg on the roost, and this is a real simple quest. Again, I'm not much of a PvE kind of guy, except for when there's like giant things in the game. And so what's this quest? Find hidden raven eggs or return them. There's also like the raven's riddle. So this one's a riddle quest. So it says, a mere breath can kill me, yet a spark can bring me to life. My form has the power to dispel darkness, reveal my identity. What is a hope? Oh, that's not the answer, so we don't get that one. Again, everyone's sharing the quest, so like, I just guess on these. I don't know the riddle. Well, I guess I should actually read them. Alright, let's actually try. Consume me and you will choke, but within me is the key of life and growth. What am I? Money? No, it's probably not that one. Alright, let's try this. But other people can solve the quest and it'll actually boost the stats up. I will devour you from the inside out. I must be conquered every day or I'll take your life. Only in death can you stop me. Is that hunger? Correct! Oh wait, we got it. We got one, guys. 10 out of 10. Alright. But I like some of the riddle. I like Professor Layton. That's a really cool game for the Nintendo DS. But anyways, I come for all who grow, crawl, and walk. I'm the perfect hunter. In the end, I am the victor. What is my name? You're a legend. Ah, yes. So you see, we're building our stats. So like, there's different quests. I don't really like. I'm not a I guess intellectual quest kind of guy. I like the quests where it's like go in and get the kills. That's my kind of quest. And there's some of the quests in this game are really unique. Like some of them, you get drunk and you fight. That's a lot. You can get drunk in the game too. But let me go and show you the different weapon that we got. So we got the wooden rod. Oh, this is unique to the Mesmer. I should definitely share this with you guys. So you'll see that I'm not gonna do that quest. I'm gonna go do this one over here, which you actually get to fight stuff, and I'm all about the fighting stuff. So like I said, Mesmer is pretty unique in the aspect that you get to summon different illusions. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get rid of the bear traps. The Nora are all about protecting certain animals, specifically the raven, the bear, the wolf, and there's like, it's not cheetah. But anyways, so we're gonna disarm the bear traps. So there's gonna be enemies that come later on anyways. Do we have to disarm the fish traps too? Okay. So look, there's a cave in here we can go discover. I'm just gonna wait for this the area to get raided by bandits. Which happens, some of the quests, they happen every, like, once in a while. Some, like, the bigger bosses, like the dragon, like that one, it's gonna take a while. So this is a suspicious tree, we can kick it, and we'll see there's people that we can attack over here. And you'll see every third attack, it's gonna summon a clone, and the clone's gonna actually attack. Our number 2 skill, we get to block next attack and counter by casting Torment. So you'll see that there are trappers coming over here, so we're gonna go ahead and kill all of them. So we're going to block the attack. See, we blocked it, and then we go ahead and do damage to him. So another thing that I should show off is I should show you guys the energy. Energy in this game, you see we have like this over here, this orange bar. We have double evades. Some classes can have more, specifically the Daredevil. But you can see that there's another player over here. He's also Mesmer. So we're just basically just doing this quest together, and like I said, I'm not much of a PvE kind of guy, so this kind of stuff, to me, it's not as enjoyable as fighting other players, but you're gonna have to do this. It only takes, if you're rushing it, you can probably get it done in like 10 minutes the first time, but you only need to do it once, and then after you finish it off, you won't have to do it again. And you can go into PvP, like I said, you'll have all your gear ready to go, and you can start the game, and it's really awesome. So, we're just gonna kill these guys. We just have to wait for this bar to go up. We just have to hit level 3 to unlock PvP. It's because they don't want people to be completely, you know, confused on what the heck's going on in the game, so we just gotta wait. Actually, we can find more trees to actually hit. Oh, there's another bear trap we can disarm. Some of the quests, in the very beginning, I feel like they should have made them a little bit more exciting. Because, to me, I don't care about all fish traps, man. I want to go there and I want to go kill, like, the giant dragons, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it's got to have a sense of progression. Otherwise, if you just fight the dragon level 1, it's just going to be like, wow, when you get there late game, it's just not going to be as enjoyable. It's just, you know how games work as far as progression. So, yeah, we're going to get rid of these bear traps. This guy's also doing this. Like I said, we haven't even partied with the guy. Oh, look. You guys see how we got silver? We didn't even answer those riddles. We got completed quests. Like I said, the more that you participate in the quest, the more you are actually going to be getting out of it. So, right now, we're all kind of just waiting for everything to respawn. There's usually a bandit group that comes by. I'm not sure the timer for it, but it comes by every so often, and there's like a bunch of bandits that come and you have to like defend this area. But we're just going to fight them. And later on, we can have different weapon sets, which you will see once we get into PvP. But if you guys just want to see the PvP, you're like, ah, this is kind of boring. Check out the PvP. Like I said, you're gonna have to do this little part for 10 minutes, but it's doable. It's not like, oh my gosh, 10 minutes. Never gonna be playing this game because 10 minutes wasted. But see how the game looks like. You know, the PvP. Oh, another thing that I should mention is you'll see under my skill bar. Once we get to that section. So, you see how underneath my skills there's a red line under it? That means I'm out of range. So you'll see if I target this, I'm out of range for it. Let's go to this one because it's closer. But you'll see it won't become underlined once I'm close enough. Because different abilities have different range. And it explains everything to you too. So like, this one summons a clone. It says block the next attack, and then it applies Torment. Torment for 8 seconds, 75 damage, 149 damage if moving. So it's just gonna deal damage. Okay, here's the quest I'm talking about, where the bandits come and then you're just gonna basically fight them for a while. I can swap weapons, so I'll show you guys the other skill that we got with our sword. And I know I mentioned before that every class has to have a heal skill. You see that we have, we unlock these later on in the game, but if you go to PvP, you'll have it unlocked, which I think is awesome. So we can, oh, like I died. So right now we're just waiting for the bandits. We're gonna, this is our totem shrine, it's HP, and then we have the bandits, basically their HP. So it's just gonna be like waves of bandits that come. And there we go, we completed that quest, and pretty much after we complete this quest, we'll be over level 3 for sure. No problem at all. What you can also do if you want to be really fast and efficient is to start a quest, do a little bit of it, move on to a next quest, and then you'll get the completion for that quest. You won't get gold, but it'll still be enough to basically be more efficient in the game. So, like I said, we only have 2 skills, so But like I said, they're oriented around like, you know, players that are maybe newer to games, so they don't want to overwhelm you guys with too much information. So once this bar goes down, we'll be ready to go straight into PvP. We can wield like all the different weapons. We can have all the access to skills. We'll have elite skills unlocked, all that stuff, and I'll only be level 3, and I can have the same stats and same gear as someone that's level 80. And it's really awesome. It's not like you feel like, oh man, I don't have my rune pages unlocked, I don't have my rune masteries in League of Legends, or, you know, anything that would be like pay to win essentially. Well, I mean, League of Legends is technically not pay to win, but it takes so long to unlock all of the stuff. In this game, it's a completely different story, and it's really friendly for other players to, oh, here, we can like loot this. And then we got like a pinch of goods or tiny ice bags. You can open them, you get different things. Oh, let's see, we got, what is this? Oh, so now we picked up a great sword. No, look at this giant sword that we have now. And we have these other abilities down. Thrower, blade. Oh, he's invulnerable. Some of the NPCs in this game will be invulnerable because they have to be passed to a certain point. Because they don't want someone else to kill them before they get to the area that they need to be at for the quest. Yes, you see how he's invulnerable. But, oh, so like, let me talk about like more advanced techniques. With the Mesmer, this hits 3 times, and then it has a short little like animation that you can cancel. So let's attack 3 times, and I can cancel my weapon by stowing it, and then that'll actually make my attack a little bit faster. So this is the last guy we gotta kill over here. Someone wait till it gets to the area that he needs to be in. So 1, 2, 3, and then cancel 1, 2, 3, and then just stow the weapon. So you'll see that we got gold, and we were at level 3. So let's see what we unlocked. So you see we completed this. We get 45 coins. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit of PvP. We can do a little bit more of PvE in a different video. But now I can go ahead and I can do PvE or I can do PvP. Like I can continue what I'm doing right now. The other quests are much better later on. Like they're going to get much cooler later on. They're going to involve like more players. Like in the starting zone, you usually only need like yourself. But, I mean, you could technically play the game completely by yourself, because there's other, like, NPCs that will help you, because otherwise, you know, some of the quests would be impossible by yourself. So, to teleport in this game, it does cost, copper, but it's not bad at all. Well, I mean, it can cost gold. Depending on the distance that you're traveling, it'll cost more gold, but, like, it's reasonable. Like, I know some games, the prices get out of control for teleporting. So now you'll see that we've unlocked PvP, and then we've, unlocked, I guess we've unlocked inventory, or, oh, we've unlocked a leather bag. Okay, so it's not going to really matter for PvP, but you see we'll unlock more stuff later on. But we can increase our inventory size by actually having more bags. So like we only have a 4-slot bag. You can get way bigger slot bags later on in the game, but that's going to cost you more essential, like, you can buy it with other currency in the game. There's like karma, there's a lot of different currencies in the game. But let's go straight into PvP and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Where like you don't have to level up. So you go to PvP, let's get into the lobby right now. You won't have ranked unlocked at the very beginning. I think that's a good idea though. You don't want to put a player that's super new into the game, unless of course they're playing like a Smurf or something like that. But yeah, you'll see like right now I have way more skills unlocked. I have all these different abilities. I can go ahead and select different skills right now, and I have all these different abilities, and I have an elite skill. This is actually one of the best things. It's Signet of Humility. It reduces the duration of like most of the CC in the game, and it tells you how much the duration is decreased by. I love how this game explains stuff. That's one thing that's really, really big in the game, is being able to understand, you know, what things do. Like certain things will apply. This applies vulnerability. So 3 seconds, 3% in damage and condition damage. Very great stuff. Then we have this that removes boons. So boons in this game, think of positive effects, and then conditions would be negative effects. So this applies crippling. Crippling is for 1 second, 50% movement speed reduction. So that's you know, pretty good if you want to have them, you know, stay in the area. So like I said, Mesmer is all about creating clones. And as far as our PvP build, you'll see that we are already level 3, but it says effective level 80, so we'll have the stats of a level 80 character, so you won't feel at a disadvantage. Now, the most meta thing right here is going to be Marauders. You'll see that there are some things that I don't even have unlocked, but don't worry, you won't need them. They're more obscure. Pretty much the main things that you're going to be wanting is Berserker, Carrion, Celestial. Some people do use Cleric, but for the most part, I've seen some people use Knight, but for the most part, people just use Marauders. Marauders and Celestial and Dagger Elementalist are like the most like relevant things. And you'll see now that we're in PvP, like all the stuff that's locked for PvE because we're too low of a level is unlocked for PvP. So now we can have a secondary weapon set. So we can have a sword, and let's say we want, let's have sword in secondary. So we'll have like a scepter in our main hand, and then we can have sword or secondary. Great sword is a two-handed, so we can't dual wield them because there's some weapons that are two-handed, some weapons are one-handed. You can have a pistol if you want. I can show you guys the other skills that we would get. So you see, we have a certain skill bar right here. If I swap weapons, completely different skill set. Now, these are mandatory, like you have to have these skills on these specific weapons. But these over here, these three you can change, including the elite. So the elite will be the other fourth one you can change. A heal skill, like I mentioned before, you have to have a heal skill, so that's really cool that like everyone has a heal skill built in their kit. That was one problem that Guild Wars 1 had for PvE, that like some people just didn't have a healing. They'd be like, oh, you have to have a healer, you know, we need healers. Everyone has a healer, so it's really awesome for that. But anyways, let me show you guys like a quick little like overview of the let's go over here. Let's target this one over here. But you can see you'll have like different specializations. We won't get too much into that because, like I said, I don't want to overwhelm you guys with too much information when you guys are first starting out. But you can swap this like real quick. Like let's say I want to go to inspiration instead of dueling. I can go ahead and select, you know, which build or which path I want to go. Again, if you guys want to look more into this, go into the Meta Battle website. Great website. I'll link it, like I said, in the description box below. You want to play Meta Mesmer? Click on it. Let's put it on the half of the screen so you can see both. Let's move this over here. Oh, by the way, you can adjust like the game pretty well. Like, so let's say the mini map I want on the top right instead of the bottom right. You can do that. You want to scale the size of it. You want to make it tiny. You want to make it large. Go ahead and do that. The game offers a lot of customization, which I think is really nice. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out the PW Shatter Mesmer build. So over here you'll see it says. Actually, if I click here, it's gonna minimize, isn't it? Okay. So it says for the specializations you want domination, dueling, and chaos. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go domination, dueling, and chaos. It doesn't really matter what order you put it in, but it's gonna be. So this is gonna be top, middle. So we're gonna go ahead and go top, middle, and then for dueling you want middle, top, bottom, and then lastly we have bottom, top, and middle. So you basically, also we need to actually have, okay, we'll have the great sword, and we have a sword, torch, and then it's going to tell you what sigils you want, what rune that you want to use, and what amulet. Of course, Marauders is the most relevant. What was that? Vamp? Oh, Vamp is a pretty good rune that makes it so before you would die, you basically get it's not like second chance. Basically, you're invulnerable for like, I think, take 2 seconds or something like that. So let's go to that because the default had me on what it had gotten pack. So let's go to like Vamp, and then I don't remember what it was exactly. If you want to burst air, and blood, blood for like stronger targets is really good. This is gonna be like a lot more in depth. I suggest you guys just reading it off of Meta Battle, but I can show you guys like a quick little burst on something over here. Let's go to this one since no one's actually targeting it. So really cool stuff. You can just let's just go ahead and kill this guy over here, and that person's dead. Now that's a light target, so that'd be a real squishy target. Keep in mind when you're playing against real players, they're going to be able to dodge stuff. But there's a lot more mechanics that I'll probably show you guys in later videos. But I just want to show you guys you can get straight into PvP. And also, if you guys want to join my guild, it's called the Black Martial Soldiers. If you guys want to join, feel free to join. The easiest way for me to add you guys, rather than me manually typing out, adding you guys individually, it's going to be much easier if what you do is you go ahead and you add me as a friend. So you would search for me, and you would type in, this is my account name, it would be Slaydra.2073. You would type in Slaydra.2073. I can't hit dot right now because my dot is actually key bound to actually stop recording. So yeah, you would just type that in, and then you would add me, and then you would be considered a follower. I can then add you to the guild from there. So it's going to be much easier if I can see you and add you that way rather than manually adding you guys individually, because there's going to be probably a lot of people. So I could like just okay, I guess that guy can't be added into a guild. You can be in multiple guilds. So am I not represent? Oh, I think I have to represent the guild. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So you can be in multiple guilds. So let's represent the guild. So now I think I can do it now. Yeah, I can give this person a guild invite. So I can invite all you guys to the guild. Again, Star Wars Furnace is the server that I play on for PvE. But feel free, like I said, to explore the game if you guys want to learn more about the meta battles, like meta stuff and all that stuff. Visit the description box below. I'll put a link to that website and you guys can check that out. But have some fun with Guild Wars, whether you want to do PvE or PvP. Like I said, if you guys want to watch PvP, I'll put a link down below in the description box so you guys can kind of see how the Thief works. But yeah, feel free to download the game. Link down below in the description box. Free game. You don't even have to buy it. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to answer you guys and help you guys out. Yeah, like I said, you guys can join the guild, and if you guys have questions, I will try to help you guys out as much as I can, and we'll get other people in the guild. I have a lot of players that are really good that are showing me the game as well, so I can kind of ask them if I don't know anything on that specific class. I primarily played... let me just show you guys a Thief, because Thief is just so dang cool that I gotta share this with you guys. So, this is my Thief over here. Like I said, I primarily play PvP. You can actually get max level. You can get max level by just playing PvP. You will eventually hit level 80 by using these things called Tomes of Intelligence. And you'll also like unlock different skins and stuff like that. In the very beginning, you obviously won't have skins. Skins are just going to affect, of course, your cosmetic, the way that your character looks. So, very great stuff. So once this loads in, okay. So this is my Thief. This is my favorite class to play. In the game, I run short bow and then I run dagger pistol, which is pretty much the meta in the game. I also do the video is going to show off the sword pistol, which is actually not very meta, but it can do technically more DPS. So what's cool with this game is you can see, like, let's say I want to wear like a heavy armor. One of my favorites for the heavy is the berserkers. Let me show you guys this. So you can preview everything in the game. You'll unlock this kind of stuff. You'll unlock later. The barbaric coat is actually my favorite. Let's say like for my leggings, I want to use the... I just like how this looks so much. I wish Thief could just have the skin of heavy armor, but they wear medium armor, so I won't have access to it. But you can try different things. You can try different dye previews. You can go into your wardrobe. And like, let's say like I want to wear like different things. It will cost you what's called a transmutation charge, but don't buy these. You can get what's called gems. Like I mentioned before, since I work with them, they're going to be hooking me up with gems, and they're going to also hook you up with gems for me to give out like different codes every month to give out, and you guys will have the cosmetics. Again, this isn't going to change like your DPS or anything. This is just for looks anyways. But don't buy transmutation charges. You can get them. You earn them really easy. Don't worry about that. That'd be a waste of gems. Don't buy them. But this is my Thief. I want to show you how different Thief is. So, like I said, Mesmer summons illusions. The warrior builds this thing called Rage or Adrenaline. Actually, is what it's called. But I just want to show you how the Thief interacts, and like it's just so cool. So let's. I like going on like the light targets, but. Let's go ahead and let's go in on this target over here. So what I'm going to do is I can like freeze them, I can teleport in, I can just go ahead and burst them down really fast. The Thief is oriented around bursting things as quickly as possible. I could also show you guys another smart game mechanic of like going, let's go to the testing area over here. What's cool with this is they have this area, this PvP lobby. Like if I wanted to queue up, I would hit play PvP, then I would go to hit unranked or ranked. But it's cool that you can test out your build and see what it does. Now, Thief has the ability to steal, and I can steal essentially a skill from a certain class. And so it's going to be different for each class. But let's say I wanted to burst this Elementalist. You actually have a higher crit chance when you attack from behind in this game or from the side, which I think is a really cool game mechanic. So let's say this Elementalist, I wanted to burst him. See how I can't see behind me? They wouldn't see this coming at all. That's what Thief wants to do. So let's get out of range. So you'll see that I can't use what's called Steal. This is basically your blink in. It's going to deal a bunch of damage. Essentially what you use to essentially start most of your combos in this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys just a basic little thing over here. I'm going to actually swap to this. So I'm going to actually throw down Blinding Powder, and then I'm going to stealth myself so he can't see me. And you'll see that while stealth is up, I have what's called backstab. Now I'm going to do this real quick because I have a duration on this specific skill that is going to be conditional to when I can use it. So I just burst down this target. I can finish off this target. I can make it so their next attack misses, although he's attacking my pet. But that would be a kill right there, and that's my finisher. It has a sword. There's other finishers that you can buy later on in the game if you want to. You unlock some of them for free too. But that, again, this is all just cosmetic stuff. You can see that like I'm only level 32. I've just been playing PvP. I have what's called. Do I have a tome? Okay, so you can unlock these. So a Tome of Intelligence grants a character 1 level if you're below 80, and then it gives you a Spirit Shard, which is something different. Like I said, you can get to max level in the game by just playing PvP. I've actually been saving these for the new class, so once the new class comes out, in literally like 2 seconds, once the new class comes out, bam, level 80, because I've been saving these up. So once that new class comes out, bam, level 80, pretty sweet stuff. Like I said, it's not going to really matter for PvP, like your level doesn't matter because your effective level is going to be the effective level. So yeah, have some fun with the game, guys. Oh, also I want to show you like how much skill this game can have. There's a lot of like mechanics in the game that are like more for advanced players. Thief is a little bit difficult to play. If you're gonna start out as Thief, expect like a very high learning curve. Some of the classes are easier to play than others. If you want a really friendly, easy class, I probably should have mentioned that when we were talking about character creation. Ranger is actually really easy for PvE. For PvP, they don't do as hot. They're not actually too meta, and it's because they just have this awkward spot where they don't have enough burst. They have great sustain damage though. But okay, so let me show you like a great mechanic in this game. So if you jump down from a high area, you will be taking fall damage. And on top of that, if like I wanted to go back up here, I'd have to walk all the way back up here. Thief has the highest mobility in this game. So you'll see that sometimes it says no valid path to target. There's some areas where you can't actually just go ahead and go on. That's something that's important to keep in mind as a Thief player, or if you're playing against a Thief. But pretty much Thief is all about having the highest mobility in the game. There are areas where you can teleport on top of. Like if I was down here, some areas I can teleport on top of. Some will not let me teleport on top of. Like for example, like this. I couldn't teleport on top of this. It's just going to say no valid path to target. You're just going to have to play the game and learn which ones you can and cannot do. But I want to show you guys I just want to show you the skill gap in this game that can technically exist. This is my favorite one on a map called Skyhammer. So what you can do in this game is you can shoot and then jump. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. So I can shoot over here, jump off this ledge, and you'll see that it looks like I'm about to jump off. That one was not timed like perfectly, but what I can do is I can be like, it looks like I'm going to run off the ledge, but I can jump. And you'll see sometimes it says no valid path to target. So there is like a high risk, high reward with this. Some abilities in this game rush at you, and other ones will like jump on you. What you can do on specifically Skyhammer is you can actually force someone to actually fall off the map. So the easier way to do this, like this is like kind of be a little bit harder for some players to do, because like you have to time it perfectly, otherwise you'll see where it says no valid path to target, you can fall off the map. Obviously right here it's okay, but like later, like down here, you will actually fall off the map. But another thing you can do with Thief is one of their skills lets you jump back, so it's disabling shot. So you do an evasive shot and you leap away, and you also will be evading while you're doing that. So if like let's say I was on the edge, a warrior's using some skill that's charging at me, I can maybe make him forced to miss, and I can make him fall off the map. This one isn't that big of a gap closer, but let's say like it was farther, so he's charging at me and he can maybe fall off the map if he doesn't have the target to hit. So keep in mind there's all these other mechanics, and like, oh, if you fall off, by the way, you will die. Well, and this is just going to let you respawn instantly, but if we were playing a PvP match, yeah, you would be dead. And so I like that a lot. You'll see, I think in some of the trailers they actually show this off, where you're using, let's say, like a trebuchet. So there's a lot of other things that you can activate. So this is like a catapult, and you'll see it launches, and that's going to do a huge amount of damage. This is something that you're going to have to learn how to actually aim, and like how long you pull that is going to determine how far it goes. There's a lot of other mechanics to it. There's a cannon on a specific map. But if you want to be able to avoid the Thief, see how it says no valid path to target? That's because Thieves can't teleport on certain areas. Like I said, you're just going to have to play the game. But Thief, to me, it's so much fun to play. For PvE, I feel like they're not as hot as other classes, just because, like, bursting a PvE target doesn't matter, if that makes sense. I mean, for some objectives, yeah, I can understand, like, if you need to down this target before a certain thing happens. Because in Guild Wars 1, there were some times where, like, you'd have to kill this target, and then you can kill another target after. Like, you have to kill this target within a certain duration. I guess at that point, bursting can be good, but for the most part, it's not going to really matter too much. But yeah, play the game yourself. There's all these other conditions, like for example, poison is going to deal damage over time, and then it's going to give 33% healing effectiveness. So you actually reduce the amount of healing someone gets, which, like, for example, you'd want to use something like choking gas if someone's trying to res. Oh, something important. Okay, let me show you this thing that's really important. So we're going to go ahead and actually... Oh, you can also, like... Okay, let me show you something cool. There's like a lot of stuff that I'm trying to show you guys that we could probably talk about in another completely other video. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to activate this. I'm gonna burst this target down over here, the Elementalist. So we're gonna go ahead and burst this target down as quickly as we possibly can. And let's say we don't even let's say we downed them, and our pet will finish them off. So you can see I'm going to get the kill. See how the Elementalist is down right now? Our pet actually killed it. So certain things you'll be able to anticipate, like when you're going to be able to burst a target. And you see how like I was able to teleport in, kill them within like, I don't know, 3 seconds, or down them, because we haven't actually killed them yet. But you'll see that they'll actually bleed out. But you'll deal a bunch of damage and you can teleport out. That's what the Thief is all about. You also have this ability, like, there's not going to be a down teammate, but he's going to go ahead and actually finish them off. I can go ahead and cloak myself. This is going to give me heal over time, and also it's going to give me stealth. Stealth, of course, gives me backstab. Backstab is like basically the heart and soul of like every like Thief burst is going to be basically off that. You'll see like I dodge the thing. Like when they attack you, you can dodge things in this game, which is actually really cool. Let me see, we can interrupt them. Oh, there's a lot of mechanics in this game which are really, really cool stuff. And it's just fun to play this. So you see that he's already in this down state, and I can teleport back, and you'll see my healing's going to be up, so I can evade his stuff, and then we can go in on the target again, and we can actually kill them. We can actually poison them, and he's just going to take damage over time, and the target's dead. So you see that I'm on low health, but I'm able to finish off the target. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter, because if someone's by themselves, it's much more effective for a Thief. But I'm going to show you guys a down state, because I haven't shown you guys this off. This is kind of important. This is here in PvE and PvP. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a down state, which is basically the first step before you die. You will go into what's called a down state. So he's going to go ahead and attack the pet. So let's let him finish me off. The AI isn't going to be super hard to fight. It's basically to test your skills against like this to check damage. But he's gonna turn me into a bird, and this is okay. So see how I'm in a down state right now. I can fight to survive. He's cloaked right now, so he's gonna try to finish me off. But I can go ahead and teleport, and then he can't finish me off. And you'll see someone will actually come to my aid. And in this down state, I have different skills. So once this guy actually dies, if he's going to help me, come on, is he not gonna help me? I don't know if we can actually. Okay, so I will. You can res multiple ways. Someone else can come by and help you get up, or you can sit here for a while. Or if the person dies, you will get what's called a rally, and you'll come back up. You'll have not max HP, because that would be unfair. But anyways, yeah, Thief, completely different from... every class is completely different from each other. And that's what I love with this game. It actually feels super different. But Thief runs off something called Initiative. And it's basically... I would consider this similar to Mana. Or like if you've played... what is it? WoW, whatever the rogue gets in that game. I forgot what it's called. Is it energy, I think, in that game? But yeah, there are different things that you can do. And oh, dodging in this game is really important. That's a mechanic that you'll just have to learn. It'll talk about that probably when you play like the tutorial and like for the most part. But yeah, pretty sweet game, guys. Try it out. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be uploading more videos for this game in the future, and you guys can probably see a little bit more in depth about other things. But I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with too much content. But I mean, yeah, we did talk about a ton of stuff. But have some fun with the game. It's free, and like I said, description box below, download the game. Tell me what you guys think of the game. If you guys didn't enjoy anything, hey, let me know too, because for me, I'm trying to get more people into the game, because I want more people in my guild, because, you know, it'll be fun just to have more players, and I want to get like a guild started before the new expansion pack comes out, so we can all do stuff together. Oh, there's stash like dance, and there's stash like, you know, you can do different things in the game. But have some fun with the game. Tell me what you guys thought about it if you played it yourself. And I hope this tutorial helps some of you newer players out, and you guys can kind of see a completely different game. Because I know, you know, some of you guys might be getting tired of some games that you have, and it's a free game, so pretty sweet stuff. But enjoy the game, have some fun with it. Tell me what class maybe that you are enjoying the most as well. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, and I'm signing out.